Today, let's meet Wess, an American who almost weighed 800 pounds. When I discovered people who weighed too much, I just couldn't believe it. I think overweight is constantly growing, so I think we should go to Texas and check out Wess and know about his life. We're heading to Wess' place, and I'm really stunned. This subject is really important to me because when I was a kid, I do have overweight and I was insecure, so if this helps, I will be really happy. I was in a shock because actually there was nobody expecting me. Wes asked me to look for its place on my own. I came in, he was laying down.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I was molested from a very young age by a very close family member, starting at the age of 5. He was very sadistic. I'm a survivor of that. The best way for me to cope with it is I turned to food. That's how I did. I ate my feelings. I ate everything. In turn, I got big. And I got big and just grew and grew and grew.
Yeah, you ate a lot since your childhood, right?
My family didn't serve appropriate portions for a child. Just ate more and more and more. What time were we going to eat? Where were we going to eat? You know, food became my world. I started to notice it really affecting my life in my mid to late 20s. To be quite honest with you, the biggest thing is when I couldn't properly clean myself. Every time I would use the restroom, I would have to shower. So at 25, 26, I was about 240 kilograms. 33, I was 650 pounds. My biggest weight was 362 kilograms. I knew I was addicted, but I didn't want to stop, and I couldn't stop. Couldn't get out of bed without, literally, I would keep a bag of dinner rolls next to my bed. At least 15,000 calories a day. So 3,240 times 2 is 7,000 calories just off of 2 pizzas. And then I would get the pan of brownies that have 12 brownies in it. I would get that. And then I would have a 2-liter of soda. I would drink that entire 2-liter of soda. And I wouldn't get full. It would not satisfy me.
The more I knew Wes, I realized he was a really great guy. Despite of giving up and not listening to himself and his addictions, he is committed to finally move on and get better. At the moment, Wes is not on the condition to do some workout, but still he was committed to show us how he'd do some dishes and do some daily stuff like taking out the trash. Let's go inside. He's not ready to move a lot despite his condition. We wanted to track his weight on this scale. Honestly, his childhood actually is really shocking. He's talking about abuses and all of that, and when you start to know a little bit about him, you really get it. So you can see his kitchen, dinner, his cat. He needs to work and organize his stuff. His place feels careless. How did you decide to change? What happened?
I was diagnosed with COVID and I got put in the hospital. Imagine the very first time you've ever been hospitalized is in the middle of a pandemic. The brand of the bed was a big boy bed and it had big boy written across the side of it, and that was so embarrassing to me. I didn't have those attachments, so I had to rely on the hospital staff to clean me. And then at that size, there was no CAT scan invented that was big enough to accommodate my size. So it was a lot of things that my weight had affected and had affected my treatment for COVID that I wouldn't have had to have gone through if I was as big as I was. And so I made the decision right then and there in that hospital bed that I was gonna fix my problem. I went to Dr. Nelsarden because he's known for operating on people my size.
In the United States, the overweight issue runs from 36%. In Spain, we're not so bad, we're 18.7%. But in a really huge country like America, 1 out of 3 people gets overweight.
That's also because we eat crap here in the United States. Healthy fruits and vegetables here are extremely expensive. But if I went and got a double quarter pounder at McDonald's, it's $4. I've attempted to kill myself several times. Here I was, this fat, gay person. There are a lot of very attractive men out there that find large guys attractive. You can see me as a person. They sought me out because they wanted a fat person. You would be surprised the amount of guys that look like you that are attracted to super mega chubs. Like very fit, handsome, attractive.
So in a sexual way?
Only in a sexual way. They don't want romantically. So it's like they're out openly as a gay man, but they're closeted as a chubby chase.
Every day I get stunned about the overweight deal. From people to earn a lot of money by eating and people who are sexually attracted to overweight people. We wanted to talk a little bit about the issue on the overweight. According to the OMS, right now there are more than 2,000 million people with overweight, triplicated since 1975. So it's estimated that 1 out of 4 people in 2035 are gonna be overweight. So with this info, we hope that Wess lost a little bit more of weight. Right now, he weighs 205 kilograms.
It got to be too much in 2018 and I lost my home and I lost my car and I lost my job. Probably one of the worst times of my adult life. And I had nothing and had to start over from scratch. There were times when I would have to get a coworker slam my door shut because I couldn't shut my own door to get into my car because my thighs were so big. So I had to call an Uber and I had to get in the back of, they had to call an Uber that had a pickup truck. And then I had to get in like the bed of the pickup. I'm on 1,200 calories a day. Just says not to eat if I'm not hungry.
Do you have the notion when you eat for necessity or anxiety before having something?
I never went long enough without food, so I never got hungry.
You gotta train yourself to stop eating.
36 years of eating a certain way, of those habits, you know, you just have to unlearn them. Whenever I stand up, I always have to unhook this thing, and then I use my stomach to my advantage. I always stick the tubes under my stomach so they don't fall down. I know it sounds stupid, but it keeps it from dragging, and I just pop them under my stomach, and then I can stand up.
So that's it, guys. We have seen all the transformation of Wess, his life with more than 300 kilograms. Thank you so much for doing this video with us. Thank you so much. So what will be your final message?
I'm gonna leave it short and sweet like I always say. Today is the best day to love yourself.
You know that. Remember, we're all humans. See you next time.
It's like a rice dish that has like a whole bunch of seafood in it.
Rice?
I think it's rice.
Paella.
Yes, yeah. That has always just looked so good to me.